Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. The subject of my vlog today is I met my girlfriend on FILIPINA Cupid, and it was wild. But before I get started, let me welcome my viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of my channel. It's truly been amazing, and I'll never take that for granted. I'm down here in Zamboanga City, Mindanao. This is the beautiful Paseo del Mar, one of the most romantic places in all of the Philippines, and I will argue with anybody about this. But this is another video for another time. Somebody asked me, said, "Hey man, how'd you meet your girlfriend?" And I tell you, it's a wild story, worth repeating again. But I knew nothing about dating sites until I started coming to the Philippines. I'm from the hood, man. A dating site to me was going to the club, getting as drunk as you possibly can, get up enough courage to approach a woman, and then if she turns you down flat, it don't sting. That was the dating site for me. I literally was about 2 days out when I was on a chat room about the Philippines. I was on my way to the Philippines. See, I'm telling you guys, I got right on the plane and came over here. I did no research. I wouldn't suggest anybody do that, but Rock Harmon did it. Sometimes it turns out good. It turned out good for me, but I was in a chat room, and I just remember there was two things that stood out. One was they asked a Filipina, they said, "Do Filipinos like black men?" And she said, "Yeah, we love black men because they treat us a certain way, blah, blah, blah," she said. Because if she'd have said no, I probably wouldn't have came. I heard all those rumors too. But that's another video for another time. And then the other one was, a gentleman was in there and said, "Hey, look, if any of you guys are headed to the Philippines, make sure you sign up with one of the dating sites." And he even put a link up. It was cebuanas.com. And so I just went on there. I had no experience at all. Made a profile, and this is 2 days before I came to the Philippines, and I met about probably 10 women, and I didn't think any more of it. I picked 2 out, end up being with one, and the rest is history. So I kind of got my feet wet right then and right there. Fast forward, I met my wife 2010, September 2010. We hit it off real good. And I got off the dating sites, really. I had 2 families. I heard that video. But really, when I decided I was going to marry my wife and bring her back to the United States, I was done, man. I'm a one-woman man. I've always been a one-woman man. That's just how I am. So I was off the dating site for about 8 years. And we came to the Philippines in December 2018. 6 months later, my wife's ready to go back. So I'm like, her plan was, well, I'll be in the Philippines for 6 months, and then I'll be in America for 6 months, and I knew I couldn't talk her out of it. She didn't understand really how bad my anxiety was at that time. So I knew for a fact she was going, and I knew that plan was not going to work. It wasn't going to work. There was no way. I was used to being with somebody every single night, get the tune up every single night, and now all of a sudden I'm not going to get it at all for 6 months or 8 months or whatever she decided to do. I said, no, So I went, and I just got on FILIPINA Cupid. I heard from one of you guys, really, about FILIPINA Cupid, signed up, and I wasn't on there 5 minutes. I see Merlin. She's just sitting there with these innocent eyes, man. And I didn't even look anymore. I just sent her a message. She messaged me back. Of course, she had all the signs of being a keeper because, she didn't ask me for anything. And a good Filipino's not. They know their reputation. Not going to ask you for anything, but they do understand the unspoken agreement. She was also chatting with 2 other men, a white guy and another Asian American guy from Pennsylvania. I just so happened to get here first. She met me in Dumaguete, which is a 5.5 hour bus ride for her. I mean, the minute we get to Heidi's cabin, man, it was on, man. I mean, what helped it was a spark. But let me back up 1 second and say this. I had no intentions on leaving my wife, splitting up, getting a divorce, or any of that. I just wanted some company, really. I just wanted to, have somebody that I could go back and forth with and all of that. Well, of course, it didn't work out like that. The universe had other plans. My wife ended up going through my phone when she got back to America because we had changed phones, and she saw a picture of me and Merlin. Ironically, the picture that we took was to send to the white guy in America for him to stop wearing Merlin. Because Merlin said, look, I found somebody. So we sent a picture. I think she's laying on her stomach. I'm laying on her. I'm laying on the back. It was a provocative photo, and we sent it to him, and he was pissed off, man. But anyway, she finds that picture, and everything blew up, man. It blew up in my face. It got real wild. It got real ugly. And, I was on my way to a divorce, man, when I wasn't ready. I still love my wife. I had no intentions of splitting up with her. We had a good thing going on, man. But, when you play with fire, man, you get burned. And I got burned, man. And, because I tell you all the time, Filipinos, man, they're revengeful. They're not going to stop until they get you back. And the minute my wife got back over to the States, man, hell, she started fooling around with people, man. And it really, really, it broke my heart, man. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that this was the innocent woman that I had met down here in Zamboanga City. I just couldn't believe it, but she was doing it to get back at me, and boy, did she get back at me. But then once I figured out, okay, you've been with somebody else, I'm not going back, that's when me and Merlin really hit it off. There was a spark there. We went to Siquijor Island. I mean, she gave me the tune-up from the minute I met her all the way to now. With the free oil change, with the lube job, and I just never looked back, man. But when I think about it, man, I'm like, I met my girlfriend on FILIPINA Cupid, man. It was wild as hell. It's been a wild ride, man, imagine, time flies so much, man. It's almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in May that me and Merlin's been together. We got a baby now. We done built a house. It's like I've been with her ever since, man. I can't believe it. But that first date, we were like Tom and Jerry. That's what we call each other. She's Tom, I'm Jerry, man. We were at each other. I was like, this'll never work. She's too headstrong. She was an alpha Filipina, man. She wanted her way. I wanted, man, I'm dealing with anxiety. She drives like a bat out of hell on the motorcycles. And I just said, look, man, once we get back to Dumaguete, you go on about your way, I'll go on back about mine. But I had a few more days left, so she talked me into coming to San Carlos City. And that was really all she wrote, man, after that. I mean, I just had never seen anybody. She's kept herself in shape. I mean, Merlin weighs about 110 pounds, man. And boy, she got a sexy body, man. To be her age, she's 39. And I mean, the passion and the fire, man, has never went out, man. And that's not me. Normally, I'm a Gemini, man. I get bored. But not with Merlin, man. She's kept the fire lit, and she really helped me get past that separation, man. Because I was hurt, man. I had no intentions on leaving my wife. I love my wife. I love my son, who I'm here with now in Zamboanga, man. He's having the time of his life. He ain't took that smile off his face yet. And I'm glad I can be here. And he was with me when I took this footage down in Paseo del Mar, man. This is a beautiful place. And as you can see, it's a place where it goes against all the rumors and all the myths and innuendos and everything about Zamboanga. It's supposed to be this scary place. It's really not. They spent a lot of money on this Paseo del Mar, and it's right here, as you can see, right here on the ocean. And I had just some great nights with my wife here. I mean, it never was a bad night here. If you ever come to Zamboanga and you with that special someone, you take her down here, so many places to eat. Just about all the restaurants here have live bands, and that's one thing the Philippines doesn't get enough credit for, is live bands. But you can see this place is beautiful, man. This park is new that they built. It used to be a water fountain there with a lot of different water jets going way up in the air with different colors. But I've been coming here on and off since I met my wife in September of 2010. I've never had any problems in Zamboanga. And I'm going to talk to some, they call them Zamboanganians. I'm going to talk to a few of them, and I'm going to let them tell you about Zamboanga and the reputation and whether or not it's dangerous or not. I can say it, but I want you to hear it from their mouth. Zamboanga, they just opened up a new SM mall. They've got a KCC mall here. I mean, I'm here right now. It's March the 17th, and I mean, the KCC is packed. The traffic is off the charts because it's alert 1 here. You know, this is really like the new normal. They've got an alert 0, but that's without mask and everything. But they haven't got there yet. They're at alert 1. The streets are packed, and it's like pre-pandemic. So I encourage anybody, man, to, if you meet somebody from Zamboanga City, I'm not talking about these other little places, Ipo and Pagadian and all these other places that surrounds Zamboanga City. You know, I can't guarantee your safety there, but Zamboanga is police everywhere, military everywhere. If you mind your own business, because I've seen white guys here, man. I don't know if they're military or not. I don't think I've ever seen a black man here before. If he is, he's probably an African. And you know, Africans, they're not afraid to go anywhere. They'll blend in any damn where they go, man. That's the truth, guys. But I just wanted to make this video because a guy asked me, how'd you meet Merlin? See, and a lot of you guys say, oh, I thought you was against dating sites. No, I'm not against dating sites. I tell you that when we get on dating sites, see, now that I know that you don't have to go on dating sites to meet women. See, I didn't know that at first, but now I know you don't have to. I went on there because I was trying to be discreet. There's no way I could have met anyone here in Zamboanga City and been discreet. You don't know who's who, you don't know who's watching. But when you go on the dating sites, there's that 5% chance that you're going to run into a scammer. Or you're going to run into a bullshitter. Because they're not really scammers, guys. They're beggars and panhandlers. And you can see right through them. The problem with online dating is we chat too long. We end up falling in love. And that's when the trouble starts. That's when you start having sympathy, you're having feelings. You start sending money. And then next thing you know, you get over here and she's not who she says she is. Or she's chatting with 2 or 3 other men. I'm going to tell you, man, Merlin is a professional. But she knew. She said, I better have my iron in more than one fire. It increases their odds of finding somebody, guys. Don't take it personal. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you're in America, it's early, you're getting up, you're about ready to go to work, go to the gym, go get a newspaper, cup of coffee, wherever you're going. If you see somebody in the street or wherever you see them, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's already dark out here already. It's probably about, I'd say, 6:30 or 7 p.m. at night. I hope you were able to help somebody before you get into bed. There's no excuse not to try to help somebody over here. not a day goes by that I don't help somebody in the Philippines, because somebody helped me in my time of need. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure: when we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Look for my next video. I'm going to talk to the Zamboangueños. I'm going to let them tell you, is Zamboanga a dangerous place? You're going to be surprised. So look forward to that. Take care, everybody. Thank you.